Welcome to the Maria Liberati Show, where food meets art, travel, and life. So, what does food mean to you? Tell me in a recorded soundbite of 60 seconds or less, or a post of 50 words or less, posted on social media with hashtag The Maria Liberati Show, or email it directly to me at maria@marialiberati.com. And if your soundbite or quotes are selected to be part of an upcoming segment, I will send an autographed copy of my book, The Basic Art of Italian Cooking, to you as a special thanks. Let's begin today's segment with an iconic story everyone remembers from their high school English class, Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare. Do you remember where Romeo escaped to after he was banished from Verona? Any guesses? Well, if you guessed Mantua, then you are correct. Mantua, or as they say in Italian, Mantova, is a city filled with Italian culture dating back to when it was ruled by the powerful yet disliked Gonzaga family from 1328 to 1708. In fact, in 2017, Legambiente, an environmentalist association in Italy, ranked it the best city for the quality of life and the environment. This is a city known for its beauty, art, and vibrant culture. Monteverdi, renowned Italian composer, premiered his opera L'Orfeo here, and Virgil, a poet who was honored with a statue at the lakeside park Piazza Virgiliana, was born just outside of it. Other notable citizens of the city include philosopher Pietro Pomponazzi, mathematician Gino Fano, the founder of fine art geometry, author Baldassare Castiglione, and Tazio Nuvolati, one of the greatest racing drivers in the sport's history with 150 total wins, including 24 Grand Prix. Mantua, a breathtaking city nestled by 3 man-made lakes, exemplifies the Italian spirit found in its architecture, innovation, cuisine, and art. Since Mantua is the topic of my podcast today, I wanted to also share with you a story from one of my blog posts that was part of a digital exhibit at the National History Museum of Vienna, Austria. And it's a short story, but it also includes a recipe, a really delicious, very simple recipe that comes from Mantua. And the story relates to an artist, a famous Italian artist that painted my portrait. We came to the very cosmopolitan town of Mantua in the north of Italy. This was the city ruled by the Gonzagas, a not very well-liked family during the Renaissance. And everything seemed to be elegant, from the Teatro Accademico, where Mozart appeared at the age of 14, to the long principal street filled with elegant little shops, not to mention all of the art dealers with principal offices there. The city attracts art, beauty, and elegance. Mozart visited the most beautiful places in Europe, and Mantua adds to that list of places. A lunch invitation at the house of Eduardo and family was the reason for my trip there. Eduardo is one of the hundreds of art dealers that live there, and he represents a well-known Italian artist, Sergio Terzio, who also goes by the moniker Nerone. Sergio painted my portrait and was exhibiting it throughout Europe and the USA. A lunch discussion about the painting and its whereabouts was sidetracked by this incredible dish that was filling my mouth. It was filled with incredible flavors. I was experiencing this while enjoying lunch, a side dish that Eduardo's wife made, called spumo alla zenzero. Spuma means froth or foam, and these are truly frothy, light mashed potatoes with just a hint of ginger and nutmeg. Here's the recipe for potato puree with ginger, spuma alla zenzero. 4 pounds of small gourmet fingerling potatoes, or small red skin potatoes, 2 cups of hot milk, 5 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of grated Grana Padano cheese, a pinch of nutmeg, a pinch of powdered ginger, salt and pepper to taste. Peel and wash the potatoes, wash with cold water. Cook potatoes in boiling salted water. When soft, drain. and place in a food processor while they are still hot. It's important to mash your potatoes while they're still hot. Add in the softened butter, then add in the milk a little bit at a time. Place the potato mixture in a serving dish and sprinkle with a pinch of nutmeg, a pinch of powdered ginger, a pinch of salt, and freshly ground black pepper. To keep warm, place in a heat-safe bowl and place the bowl in a double boiler and leave on low heat. These are perfect served with seafood. Now, here's some substitutions you can all do. So if you want to make this a vegan dish, you can substitute for the 2 cups of hot milk a vegan type of a milk substitute. So almond milk, cashew milk, macadamia milk, soy milk without sweetener in it. If you want to substitute the butter, you can substitute for a vegetarian butter or a soy butter or a butter made with something that is non-dairy. And of course, the cheese, you can substitute a variety of herbs and spices that you like if you're not going to use the grated Grana Padano cheese. Or you can also find a non-dairy cheese that is grated and use that as a spice. Now, if you want to make this less calories, for the 2 cups of hot milk, you're going to use 2 cups of skim milk, non-fat milk. And also, instead of butter, you can substitute mashed pumpkin. So substitute 5 tablespoons of mashed pumpkin instead of the butter and just continue with the rest of ingredients. You can also cut down on the amount of potatoes to make this lower calories. So instead of 4 pounds of potatoes, use 2 pounds of potatoes and 2 pounds of turnips or 2 pounds of cauliflower and mash the cauliflower along with the 2 pounds of potatoes, and you will have something that is less calories. Now, if you want it to be really low in calories, substitute cauliflower instead of potatoes. So you're going to use 4 pounds of cauliflower and boil that, mash that, and mix that with all the ingredients instead of the potatoes. And you have, again, it's not the original dish from Mantua, but you have something that's similar with less amount of calories. Thanks for joining us and listening to the Maria Liberati Show. I want to first thank my producer, Britton Rozelle, and David Hunt, my writing intern for the summer. Please subscribe to the show at anchor.fm/Maria-Liberati. Follow me on Twitter at capital M Maria Liberati with a capital M, Facebook at Chef Maria Liberati, Instagram at Maria Liberati, and Instagram also at Chef Maria Liberati, LinkedIn at Maria Liberati. Go to marialiberati.com to follow my blog posts and subscribe to my newsletter. And if you make spuma alla zenzero, please post a photo and hashtag the Maria Liberati Show, and you can win an autographed copy of my book, The Basic Art of Italian Cooking. So what does food mean to you? Post an audio bite of 60 seconds or less, or text of 50 words or less. Post on social media, hashtag it the Maria Liberati Show. And if used on an upcoming segment, you'll get an autographed copy of The Basic Art of Italian Cooking, my book. And that is for anybody all over the world. You know, the Maria Liberati Show was first only in the USA, and now I'm proud to say, I want to say bienvenue, which means welcome to my growing audience in France, and also welcome my audience that is growing in Australia, Canada, Nigeria, South Africa, and of course, benvenuto to my listening audience that is also growing in Italy. If you have any ideas, tips, comments for any segments, email me at maria@marialiberati.com. Look forward to hearing from you all. Peace, love, and pasta. Till next time.